All right, hello. We're trying something a little bit new today. And when I say we, I mean I am trying something a little bit newer today because last time I got up and wrote something next to my face, it was totally backwards for you all. So I'm going to try doing this basically blind because I can't see myself, nor can I see you or your comments. So I'm hoping it shows up on my Facebook page. Tell me, people, I am not 100% the expert on this thing yet. So hopefully I'm in the screen, and hopefully it shows up somewhere at some point so that I can see if you are there as well. So, oh, there's Johnny Lynn. I got you. Okay, so now I think I'm there, and I think I'm actually even in the screen. Awesome. I'm Becky Hammond. I founded a company called Isogo that its mission is to fuel life-changing stories for you through your unique and brilliant strengths. And so I am excited to be able to join you every week here and in so many other ways to be able to help you unleash and understand who you are through your most natural talents. I use a tool called StrengthsFinder to do that. And recently I have been talking about the 9 steps to life change through your strengths. And the more and more I have developed this, the more I am a firm believer that every one of these steps is part of our incremental process. And today we're talking about step 1. The 2 weeks ago, you can see a blog post about all 9 steps. There's an awesome checklist there for you to download as well if you'd like. But today we are honing in on step 1, and you can see a blog post about that as well, so you can get even more details about what I'm talking about here with this very simple step. I think that oftentimes people, like my friends or clients, come to me and they ask me, okay, so I have my strengths. Now, what am I supposed to do with them? What do you mean by life change? And I think they expect me to give them some sophisticated, complicated answer. And of course, there are so many steps that you could take, but until you've taken this first step, you really you don't have the building blocks to be able to experience life change through your strengths. So here it is. You have to remember your strengths. You have to know what they are. You have to be able to rattle them off the top of your head with hardly even thinking. It's almost like a subconscious thing. Like I can say mine are achiever, arranger, learner, belief, connectedness. If you can't say them that quickly, or at least close to that quickly, then it's not internalized. It's not something that you have made a part of your everyday work and your everyday life. As I was thinking about this, okay, is this really true? Why can't I just look them up whenever I want to be thinking about them? I was thinking about how right now I am helping teach our daughter to read. She's 5 years old. And as smart as she is, which of course, not that I'm biased at all, as smart as she is, I'm perplexed by how often she confuses f and k. So the F sound and the K sound, and what the figure looks like when she writes it. And I realized that, her taking 6 seconds to be able to sound out an F or a K isn't really going to cut it in getting her to the place of being a reader. But when she can fluently, accurately, without fail, know that the K makes the K sound and the F makes the F sound, then a whole new world of possibilities opens to her about reading and learning, and basically everything that is part of next step for life change in her world is contingent on her being able to effortlessly remember the difference between K and F. And so I think that the same thing is true of your strengths, and I really believe it is. That until you can effortlessly recall these things, you are not going to be able to experience the life change that you're going for. So it's super simple. There's more to go in steps 2 through 9, but this is literally a step that cannot be missed. And so there are some fun ways that over the years I have discovered to put your strengths in front of you every day, because that's really the only way that you're going to remember your strengths. The only way that you're going to remember to think about, oh, I need to remember these things. Put them in front of you. I think one of the very first things that I ever got was a frame with my strengths inside of it. I put it up on my bathroom counter. It was there for years until we moved here to New York City, where our sink is the size of a TV tray and we share it with 5 people. So they are no longer there, but I have them in other places. My most recent favorite, totally low tech way that I have them displayed is here on my laptop. I typically have them on a little sticky note that my sister gave. Done is better than perfect. She has an awesome organizing business. I need to learn that one too. And this is where I keep them. These are my top 10 actually. Oftentimes I'll transfer it and I'll put it right here in the middle so that when I wake up in the morning and start my day, I have to remove it in order to remember it. There are some brilliant people out there that made these really nerdy, awesome things. These strengths mugs, strengthsmugs.com, where you will get them. People like Michael Hyatt and others, I have gotten them for everybody in the organization. I got them for everybody in my organization. And yes, it's nerdy, but when I drink my tea, I think about them. Carol Ann McGuire has this amazing gift for art. She's done all sorts of amazing things with putting our strengths to art. She also created these amazing decals that can be put anywhere. So you could put them on the back of your laptop, or you could put them on, for example, a little container like this to hold your pens or whatever things that might need to be held. One of my favorites is whiteboard marker. So whiteboard marker on a mirror or on a whiteboard. My sister gave me this frame that has just paper underneath it, and so I can change up the message that's on here. Sometimes I'll put my strengths on there from time to time, or if you don't want to frame your strengths, you can just pull a picture out and use the white background and write your strengths with a whiteboard marker on there as well. What else? There's a client of mine who has his on a 3x5 card. So he writes his top 5 strengths here on a 3x5 card. He has them in his wallet in a place that he looks all the time, and he pulls them out. He actually also has the needs of your strengths written on each one, but we'll get to that later down in the steps. And now he can recall them, and he can remember to recall them because he has them in his wallet. Let's see, what else? I thought, I haven't done this myself, but I thought like maybe a quick little laminate of your strengths. You could put them on your coffee machine. I guess it doesn't have to be laminated, but you could put them on your coffee machine. So you see them first thing in the morning. You could, let's see, I'm looking over at my notes here. Oh, I like this one. Put them on your treadmill, right? Up next to the up arrow to increase your speed, or the down arrow, I suppose, depending on what makes you feel better. My competition number 6, my achiever number 1 really would probably prefer that it was by the up arrow. So anyway, these are just, like I said, this is nothing earth shattering, but this is super simple ways that you can put your strengths in front of you. Literally your 5 words that you receive from the Gallup Clifton StrengthsFinder, so that you can remember your strengths, so they can roll effortlessly off of your tongue and off the top of your mind, because your greatest strengths will never be life-changing if they don't come rolling off your tongue. And so I want that life change for you, and I want your strengths to come rolling off your tongue. So you can check out these examples again over at the blog post, as well as some additional materials. I have my checklist, the 9 steps checklist, up over at the blog post as well. The link will be here in the comments, so you will be able to access that, as well as being ready for next step 2. If you can do this week, every single day, take 10 to 12 seconds to consciously read your strengths, then you'll be ready for step 2 next week. And step 2 is really fun because it starts getting others involved. So I will be back here next week, Wednesday, same time, 1:30 Eastern, to talk about step 2 of the 9 steps to creating life change through your StrengthsFinder top 5 strengths. So thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye. Oh, now I gotta figure out how to turn this off. Whoops. See my view.